What's up everyone? Today I want to talk about Odin in God of War Ragnarok, analyzing and breaking down his dialogue in the trailer. Before we begin, I have to compliment the writers. Even with this little piece of dialogue we got in the trailer, it really embraces everything we learned about Odin in God of War 2018, so shout out to them for keeping even the dialogue consistent to the lore of the character. So in this video I want to give my thoughts. I really want to dive into it, especially the part where Odin talks about prayers and how Kratos has not experienced godhood. Anyways, we'll get into it. You all have been killing it with the like button on my recent videos, really pushing the videos out. I really do appreciate it, so let's get right into the video. First, listen to the dialogue that Odin says throughout the trailer.
Do you want more? Do you, Kratos? All that blood on your hands? On your son's hands? What do you even know of Godhood? In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you? Can you even imagine that kind of love? No! You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
Now let's begin to break it down. I want to first start with what he says at the very beginning, saying you don't really want war, do you, Kratos? I think this confirms every moment throughout the game Odin has been watching us through ravens, as we straight up heard Kratos say this in the God of War Ragnarok reveal trailer and parts of the story trailer, where Kratos is saying that they shouldn't do this, that we don't want to go to war with Asgard, that fighting Tyr might cause a war. Now we know that Odin is watching them for a few reasons. In the reveal trailer you can see ravens. In the God of War 2018 novel's epilogue it says Odin's two ravens are watching Kratos and Atreus. I think Odin is saying this line not guessing Kratos doesn't want a war, but straight up knows this from watching us. This is why he's saying it. The next line he says, you don't want that blood on your hands or your son's hands. I think that this line is directly referencing the moment when Atreus stabbed Modi in the neck, who I hope is actually dead and doesn't come back to life because we didn't see a body, but I digress. During this scene, Kratos did not want Atreus to kill Modi, saying that there are consequences to killing a god.
We are gods, boy. And that makes us a target. From now until the end of days, you are marked. So I teach you to kill, yes, but in defense of yourself. Never as an indulgence.
Nobody cared about him anyways. What's the difference?
There are consequences to killing a god!
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
Watch your tone, boy.
Also, Kratos does not want his son to end up like him. The developers have said in the past this was a major concern for Kratos. He doesn't want the bad parts of himself to be rubbed off on Atreus, and he doesn't want Atreus to basically be a monster like he is. Next, and my favorite part of the trailer and my favorite part of the dialogue, is Odin saying Kratos doesn't know anything about godhood. Even starts to raise his voice as he's talking about it. Before we continue, take a listen to this part of the dialogue.
What do you even know of Godhood? In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you? Can you even imagine that kind of love? No! You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
Kratos and Odin have two entirely different stories as characters who have experienced godhood in some way. We see Odin's ego really show here as he talks about what it means to be a god, saying Kratos has never experienced godhood the way he should. Saying he doesn't know what it's like to be prayed to. He doesn't know what it's like to accept that type of blind worship. However, Kratos does know what it's like to be prayed to, but it's not to the level that Odin is talking about. The Spartans, who thrive on war and conflict, prayed to Ares, or whoever is the current god of war. When Kratos was about to die, he called out to his god Ares for help and sold his soul to him. In God of War Ghosts of Sparta, after Kratos becomes the god of war, he sets out to find Deimos, and in the process he visits Sparta, and the Spartans tear down a statue of Ares because now one of them has become the god of war. The last Spartan makes his appearance. It's pretty obvious that these people pray to Kratos, the Spartan who became a god. In God of War 2, we can see the Spartans praying for Kratos to come assist them in battle. Basically, these are what the Spartans are. They are warmongers and they pray to the war god. However, although Kratos was prayed to, this is not the type of love Odin is talking about. Yes, the Spartans are praying to Kratos, but the Spartans are warriors and they pray for assistance on the battlefield. Odin is talking about love on a mass scale. Here is an example of love that Odin is talking about. In the game and Lore and Legends, there is a piece of dialogue called Prayer to Odin. Here we can see the mentality of those who pray to Odin. They thank him for creating the first two humans. They say, "Find here our sacrifice, mighty Allfather." They beg Odin for protection, for Odin to send his son to protect them, to send the Valkyries, and to send his dragons. They pray to Odin for protection and to save their souls. This is love Kratos has never experienced in his life. Odin isn't wrong for saying this. This is why Odin is getting more and more frustrated and worked up during the conversation. Kratos doesn't know what it truly means to be a god on this level. This is why the Valkyries call Kratos Pretender God in the trailer. Now these two Valkyries are the closest Valkyries to Odin, so this is probably what Odin has been saying about Kratos, that he is a pretender god. He doesn't know what it feels like to be a true god like him and the other Aesir. Although he is one of the gods in this world, Kratos is not a god in the eyes of Odin. However, Kratos has never wanted that type of love. In fact, at the very start of God of War 2018, after the Baldur fight, he says men should not pray to monsters. Kratos sees the gods as monsters, corrupt, power-hungry, and selfish. There are no good gods. All of them, including himself, are monsters. He may have been swaying on this mindset towards the end of the game as we learn more and more about Tyr, but this is what Kratos believes. The last line Odin says is that Kratos is just a monster that kills without cause. Here is that last piece of dialogue.
Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
Of course, this is the mindset of Kratos as well. Kratos is not a good person. Unlike a lot of God of War fans, sometimes even myself, the truth is Kratos is a monster who did kill without cause. I'm not talking about the gods in God of War 3 and, like the Olympians. I'm talking about while he was serving Ares and following his orders. In God of War 1, we see Kratos attacking random people. Men and women were destroyed just because Ares pointed his finger and said, "Do it." Until his own family became one of the countless bodies Kratos left in his path. At the end of God of War 2018, after the Baldur fight, Kratos says he killed many people undeserving, right before he admitted that he destroyed his own father. Here is that dialogue.
I'm from a land called Sparta. I made a deal with the god that cost me my soul. I killed many who were deserving, and many who were not.
You will always be a monster.
I know. But I am your monster no longer.
Now that I've broken it down, do you all agree that Kratos has not truly experienced godhood the same as Odin. You know, they both have different stories and different processes on gods and what it means to be a god. Kratos on one side thinks all gods are monsters, and Odin on the other side thinks that they're saviors. I'm truly interested in Thor, Odin, Freya, and everyone else that we're going to meet. But let me know your thoughts on Odin and his dialogue throughout the trailer. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you interested? Do you just want to bash his skull in with the Leviathan axe? Let me know in the comment section down below. Later.